Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance, and this resistance video is a sponsored video sponsored by Christine for Fairy Tale. And here's Fairy Tale's story. Hello, Ollie. I'll just go by Fairy Tale after one of my favorite shows. My life hasn't been a fairy tale. The thing that comes close is maybe Cinderella or Rapunzel for a fairy tale that I would belong to. For a long time, I knew something wasn't right with my family. It's hard writing what happened to me because no one believes me, but I don't care anymore. What happened to me happened no matter how much my mother pretends it never happened or I'm overreacting. My mother is a gold digger and doesn't care about her children, only herself. I was born from that monster with my biological dad, who I have never met. She ran away from this guy because he was abusive. She then married my stepdad. I'll call him Slave J. They had my brother, and I'll just call him Little Bro. Right then, I was made the scapegoat, and he the golden child. She told me the reason she married Slave J was because of me, and that she needed money. As Little Bro grew up, he got everything he wanted. Toys, food, play dates. Well, all I got was chores, getting good grades, and taking their lectures. Where they criticized me for hours and made me feel like I was nothing. I had to babysit him. I taught him his manners, how to swim, etc. Well, they could go off with their friends and party. My brother told my mother everything. So I learned from an early age not to trust him. I realize now that my mother is son-husbanding him. It's so gross and repulsive. She will smack his ass and cuddle him. It makes me sick and I want to scream, don't touch him. He and Slave J are at her beck and call like they are under a spell. Both of them don't want to see it. One of the many times I stood up for myself, my mother phoned Slave J to talk to me. When I told Slave J he was being controlled by her, he denied it and such. I said, "Why are you denying it? I heard you over the phone with Mom. She told you to come and talk to me. That's the only reason you are here." He shut up for a bit before going on about how my mother is a great mom, etc. I used to hate Slave J because he would hit me when I didn't do something he wanted me to do. He would punish me for my mother, and it took me this long to realize my mother was manipulating him to do her dirty work so I would hate him and not her. She was jealous that Dad was Little Bro's favorite and she wanted me to be hers or better, yet make Little Bro like her more. Wow, it just clicked to me now that's why she wanted Little Bro. It just clicked to me now. That's why Little Bro would get away with hitting me and verbally abusing me. Because she wanted to be his favorite. Right, she's making him into a little son husband that's always going to protect his mommy. Okay, and no matter what, he's never going to have a normal relationship. He's not going to have a normal marriage. He's not going to have anything where your mother doesn't come first in his life. I would wonder what this story is with your biological father. My mother loved to keep the family image. She told me that everything I did represented her, so I always had to be on my best behavior, which was never to disobey her. Get the best grades and smile. I could not smile. I had a resting bitch face since I was in elementary school. My mother cares about what others think, and she will lecture me if I do something wrong in public that doesn't please her. One day she yelled at me for being depressed. She told me that her friends were asking her why I looked so sad. What's wrong with your life? You get everything. Don't you know that there are children out there with nothing? You should be grateful. And this is what they do. As they're abusing you, as they're neglecting you, they're telling you you should be grateful for it. And they're telling you, the narcissist always tells you, who has it worse. Okay? They're always going to tell you who has it worse. I forgot how I got out of that one, but just remembering retreating to my room after the hour of the attack was done. I was always so sad, scared, and tired. I had no energy, but as I got older, I kept fighting back, which would increase the lectures, breaking me down even more by every passing year. Here's a disturbing thing that happened to me. My mother is all about having sex and partying. I'm assuming you're a pretty young girl here. Just the way this is written. I mean, my mother is all about having sex and partying. She would tell me that she wanted to leave Slave J because he sucked at sex. She would tell me that her and Slave J fucked in the ocean and that she was the best, and that was the best sex she ever had with him. I really want to know where your natural father is, because your mother is just another attention whore out for dick and attention, which is kind of how you open this letter about your mother. Does Slave J know that your mother says this shit about him? Have you told Slave J this? The chump? When she sat me down to have the talk, she pulled out her purple dildo and told me to use it. I screamed in horror and told her no. She told me not to worry, that she cleaned it. These fucking whores. Dick and attention. And they want to turn their daughter into their little concubine of fucking whoredom. I ran the fuck away from there and hid in my room. Like that was my what the fuck moment. I was done with all this bullshit. There was more stuff, but if I wrote about everything, I would be writing you a novel, and this is already getting long. My one saving grace was my Aunt Blue. I phoned her many times, and we worked out a plan for my escape. My grandma and my Auntie Blue had their what the fuck moment with her when she phoned them and yelled at them for hours over them helping me. No one is allowed to help me. God forbid that someone helps me or does anything nice for me. My mother was going back to school, so she told me she needed the computer and I might not get it as much. This was a problem for me because I was in high school and I needed it for my assignments and essays. I was working twice a week and only made enough money to pay my phone bill and getting stuff for my basic needs. Since I had to buy my own stuff, she wanted me to buy my own computer, but I didn't have the money. So in one of my many therapy talks with my aunt, my grandparents gave me an old laptop to borrow until I could save up to buy my own. My mother was so mad that she got Slave J, her flying monkey, to lecture me for 3 hours. Plus, of course, she joined in. They said I was manipulative, lazy, etc. When I spoke up for myself, Slave J said, "Don't you dare talk to your mother like that." And I would say, hey, Jay, you know, I can't talk to her like that, but yet she can tell me you can't fuck her right, Jay. And all the sex she wants to have in the ocean, Jay. So the woman you're defending can't stop talking about how you can't fuck her right, Jay. Fucking cuck. Weak ass cuck. I mean, this is disturbing. This is disturbing. I mean, this seems like it was recent too, so I don't know how old you might be. When I was 16, I packed my stuff with the help of my grandma and my cousin. I'll call him Jack. I didn't dare tell my parents because they would lecture me for who knows how long to make me stay. A child running away from home wouldn't make her look good. I warned my grandparents that if they took me in and helped me, they would never see my little bro again and that my mother would make their lives hell. They said they knew the risks and that they were going to help me. So it seems like your grandparents are well aware of what their daughter is. I know how lucky I am. Many people don't get a chance to run away from their abusers until they're older. To cut the story short, I moved out. My parents barged in and yelled at them until they left. Now I live on a farm. It's been almost 2 years since I moved. So much stuff has happened, but I'll save that for another time. The videos you have done lately, I can relate to, like how my mother wants to go to therapy with me. Therapy won't help with her. She told me she would change, and she never does. Videos I could really relate to is standing up to the narcissist is not disrespect. Alcohol reveals who the narcissist is. Narcissist family. Blood makes you family. And the narcissist bone collector. Before I end this, my mother's favorite song is Mother Knows Best from Rapunzel. It makes sense. It makes sense since she wants to keep me locked away to serve her. It's funny because when she told me that, I thought she is just like the villain who sings it. I am a broken plate. I can never be fixed, and I can't find all the pieces. She won't break me. She can't control me. I am my own person, and one day I will get the guts to really expose her. For now, I'm just an 18-year-old struggling to get a hold on life. This girl is 18, and she's already had her fucking mother try to get her to use her dildo in front of her and talk about, I'm not looking for pity, I'm looking for answers. Is my mother a narc, or am I really just reacting? Sincerely, Fairy Tale. Excuse me. Your mother is a borderline whore who puts all her value in her vagina. That's who your mother is. Your mother's a borderline whore who puts all her value in her vagina. Where's your real dad? I would want to know what the story is. Look, if he's a legitimate piece of shit and a drug addict and this, that, then maybe it's fine. But what is the real story with him? Does he even know you exist? Because it seems like your mother was always just looking for her best option, and that's the borderline whore who thinks that they're always concerned with what their best option is, and you're just a pawn. So, no, you're not overreacting. No child, no girl should have to deal with their mother talking about sex with they're all the same. They're all the same. And then pulling out a sex toy and say, I washed it. Nice. Your mother has borderline personality disorder. She is toxic, she is dangerous, and she will never change. You know who your mother will end up being? Your mother will end up being a paperback writer's friend. Go look at the video I did for paperback, the last one I did for her. Okay, because you knew the narcissist would ruin your day. That's who your mother's going to end up being, is paperback writer's friend. So, I hope that helps. Thank you so much for your story, Fairy Tale. Thank you to Christine for sponsoring. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you guys. Without you, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been The Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.